Hi students, this is Jamie Van Beek and I just want to welcome you to PTA 113, and this is just a short video just to let you know what the class is about and what kind of requirements are for this class, and just to kind of talk about the structure of the class. There are two textbooks that are required for this class that I sent out an email before the quarter ended, and one is Mobility in Context and Principles of Patient Care Skills. This is the same textbook that you used this summer for PTA 110. We are going to continue on with that textbook. There are a few chapters that we have left to cover in this textbook. Like you saw on PTA 110, this is a fabulous textbook which offers an exceptional DVD that comes with it that shows videos of how you do the different procedures. So we are going to continue on with this excellent textbook this quarter. The other textbook is Physical Rehabilitation by O'Sullivan. It's also nicknamed Big Red because that book is weighs about 8 pounds to carry around. Great book. You're going to need this all throughout your career. This book is very helpful for when you take the licensure exam. We begin to use it in this class. We just use a few chapters, but then you're going to continue to use it throughout the rest of the program in all the other classes. So those are the two required textbooks, and then the optional one is the GATE workbook, which some of you have bought through the bookstore at Whatcom Community College. It's really hard to find that one online or used, but it's going to be really helpful to you as well. PTA 113 is a great class. It's very interesting. It's very hands-on. You're going to learn about, we're going to review transfers. You're going to learn assistive devices, all the different types of assistive devices, the different steps and gate sequences that are used for assistive devices, why and how you choose assistive devices based on a patient's disorder, pathology, or injury, how to fit the assistive device to the patient. You're going to learn correct guarding. You're going to learn how to help a patient go up and down stairs, up and down curbs with all the different types of assistive devices. All the labs are very fun for this class because it's really hands-on. Like I said, you get to really use the equipment, practice using the equipment. We bring back in the material from 110, and you're going to review transfers again, but now more in depth. Now you're going to have to fit the patient to the assistive device and do the transfer and do gait training and help them with stairs. So there's a lot in this class, but it's a lot of hands-on, and it's a lot of integrating some of the material that you learned from PTA 110 this summer. The other part of this class that you have is wheelchairs, and there are many, many different types of wheelchairs, and you're going to be learning about the different parts of the wheelchair, how to put together a wheelchair, how to assist a patient with a wheelchair, how to teach a patient how to go through doorways in a wheelchair, all the different steps that are involved with wheelchair planning. We will have a wheelchair vendor come in to demonstrate and show some of the many different types of wheelchairs, so you can get in those some of those electric wheelchairs and see how they work, because you're going to need to teach patients how to use them. So that's a big part of this class as well. You're also going to be looking at just the gait cycle in general. What are the steps, the angles of motion, the muscles that are involved in walking? How is that possible? How do we do that? If a patient is lacking so many degrees of dorsiflexion, how is that going to affect their gait? And how are you going to assist them with making their gait smooth and safe and coordinated? So we look at normal gait, and then we also look at abnormal gait and gait deviations. And how do you work with the gait deviations in terms of helping the patient become safe and improve their mobility, but also how can you use an assistive device to help with that gait deviation? We use many video clips on different gait deviations so that you can see abnormal and normal. Your textbook comes with that fabulous DVD, and there are many videos in Chapter 14 and Chapter 15 that you're going to be required to watch. The videos are only 2 minutes in length, but they are going to show you how to actually do some of the requirements that you're going to have to know for the lab practical and the skill checks, and they're in those videos, so you'll be referring to that DVD a lot this quarter. The other thing you'll be working in is a project called The Day in the Life of a Wheelchair, and you're actually going to be in a wheelchair for 24 hours, and you're going to talk about how that went, and what did you feel, what kind of obstacles did you occur. It's one of those projects that students walk away with a lot of empathy, a lot more understanding, and they realize how important fitting a wheelchair is to a patient. And that's one of the things you're going to learn how to do, is how to fit a wheelchair to a patient. And an improperly fit wheelchair to a patient can lead to all sorts of problems. And so we're going to actually put you in a wheelchair for 24 hours, and so you can experience what that's like. We'll talk about that more as we get closer, but I just want to talk about that as one of the main projects of this course. You are also going to learn PNF, and this is a technique that was covered in range of motion in PTA 110, but we didn't talk about the tri-plane or the multi-plane range of motion. So we're going to go back to the range of motion chapter in your PTA 1 text from this summer, and we're going to learn PNF and what that is and how you use it with acute, subacute, chronic, high school athletes. PNF is a technique that you can use with a variety of different patients at different levels, and it's a very fun activity to learn in lab. The other thing that you're going to be learning this quarter is about different kinds of braces. How do we assist a patient who is lacking dorsiflexion? What kind of a brace can we give them? And I'm in the process of lining up some guest speakers on that as well. We have 3 lab weekends this quarter, and each one is packed full of information, packed full of lots of hands-on activities, which I think you will enjoy. I will be teaching the Bellingham campus lab courses, and Diane will be again teaching in the Pierce County labs that she taught this summer. So I'm really excited for this class. There's a lot of interesting and hands-on activities that I know that students enjoy learning. My class will run the same structure as it usually is, very organized, due dates posted in advance. For the first 3 weeks, I've opened up the 3 weeks of material, everything you need until the first lab, and I'm just going to leave it like that for just a little while, and so people can kind of come in, see how the course is going to look, and then in a few weeks I'll open up more so you can see how the course is going to work. But right now I want you to concentrate on week 1 through 3 material, as well as just looking at how the course is structured and the due dates. I look forward to working with you. Email me if you have any questions.